Have you ever found yourself thinking about how quickly time seems to be passing, and maybe wondering whether you're starting to feel a little more fragile than you used to? Or perhaps you've noticed that getting around isn't as easy as it once was. When you could walk up the stairs or bend down to tie your shoes without a second thought. Well, you're not alone. As we age, staying strong and mobile becomes one of the biggest challenges, and one of the most important. The truth is, it's all about keeping our muscles and joints active and strong. If we don't use them, we lose them, and that can be a real struggle as we get older. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start. In fact, the exercises we'll talk about today are specifically designed for people over 65 to help you stay on your feet and out of a wheelchair for as long as possible. And you don't have to be an athlete or spend hours at the gym. Just a little consistency with the right movements can make a world of difference in your strength, balance, and overall mobility. So why should you even care about these exercises? Well, as we age, the risks of falls and injuries increase, and these kinds of accidents can sometimes lead to major issues, like losing the ability to walk or needing help with daily activities. But with the right exercises, we can reduce the risk of those injuries, keep our muscles and bones strong, and maintain our independence much longer. Today, we're going to go over 4 key exercises that are simple, effective, and most importantly, safe for seniors. These exercises will help you not just get stronger, but stay active and improve your quality of life. Let's start with the first one, the chair stand. It's a simple exercise that may seem too easy at first, but don't let that fool you. It's incredibly effective for building leg strength, which is one of the most important factors in keeping you steady on your feet. The chair stand is just like it sounds. You sit in a sturdy chair, and then you stand up and sit back down using your legs, not your hands, to help you. At first, you might only be able to stand up and sit down a few times. That's okay. The goal isn't to rush, it's to focus on good form. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are lined up over your ankles. If you need to, you can place your hands on your knees to help push yourself up, but try to rely on your legs as much as you can. As you do this exercise over time, you'll notice your legs getting stronger, which will make it easier to get up from chairs, rise from the toilet, and even get in and out of the car. The next exercise we'll talk about is heel-to-toe walking. This one is great for improving balance and coordination, which, as you probably know, are crucial for preventing falls. What you do is simply walk in a straight line, but instead of stepping with your feet spread apart, you place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other. It might take a little practice to get the hang of it, but you'll be amazed at how much it helps with your balance. The trick is to take it slow and steady, focusing on making each step as controlled as possible. You can start by walking a short distance, maybe just across the room, and as you get more comfortable, try walking longer distances or adding turns to challenge your balance even more. Now, the reason this exercise is so effective is that it forces your body to stay balanced and work harder to keep you stable. Over time, it helps to strengthen those muscles around your ankles, knees, and hips, muscles that are all involved in keeping you upright. And if you've noticed a bit of shakiness or instability when standing, practicing heel-to-toe walking every day can make a huge difference. The third exercise I want to share with you is the side leg raise. This one is excellent for strengthening the muscles on the outside of your hips, which are crucial for balance and stability when you're walking or standing. To do this exercise, you'll stand straight with a sturdy chair or counter nearby for support. Slowly lift one leg out to the side, keeping it straight, and then lower it back down. Start with a few reps on each side and work your way up. The key here is to keep your core engaged and focus on controlling the movement. You don't want to swing your leg or use momentum to lift it. It should be a slow and steady movement. As you build strength in your hips, you'll find that you can stand and move more confidently without the fear of wobbling or losing your balance. These 3 exercises, chair stands, heel-to-toe walking, and side leg raises, are the foundation of staying strong and steady as we age. They don't require any fancy equipment, and they can be done in the comfort of your own home. But here's the thing, it's not just about doing them once or twice. The key is consistency. The more you practice, the stronger you'll get, and the more confident you'll feel in your ability to move around safely and comfortably. We've covered some simple yet powerful exercises to improve your strength and balance. But before we wrap up, I want to touch on something very important: staying motivated and committed to these exercises. It's easy to think, I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't have the energy today. But if you can carve out just a little time each day, whether it's in the morning or before bed, you'll start seeing results that will encourage you to keep going. I know it can feel like a lot of effort at first, but trust me, it's worth it. And remember, you don't have to do all these exercises at once. Start with 1 or 2 and gradually build up. Celebrate the small wins. like when you notice you're able to stand up from your chair with more ease or walk across the room without feeling unsteady. Every step forward is a victory. Now, let's take a moment to think about what you've learned so far and how you can start incorporating these exercises into your daily routine. And when you're ready, we'll move on to the next step in our journey to staying strong and independent as we age. Now that you've started incorporating some of those foundational exercises, let's talk about taking your strength and stability to the next level. It's one thing to work on your legs and balance, but what about your core? As we get older, we often notice a change in posture and flexibility, and our core muscles tend to weaken. The core is crucial because it's the center of our strength and stability. It helps us maintain good posture, protect our back, and prevent falls. So, if we're really aiming to stay out of a wheelchair, strengthening our core is just as important as strengthening our legs. One of the best exercises to work on your core is the seated march. This one's simple, but it's very effective for engaging your core and improving balance, all while sitting down. Here's how it works. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. Then, slowly lift one knee up as if you're marching, keeping your foot flexed and your core engaged. Lower it back down and then lift the other knee. The trick here is to really focus on using your core to lift your knee. Try to avoid using momentum or leaning back in your chair. You'll want to keep your torso upright and your abs pulled in. This exercise not only works your core but also helps with coordination. Over time, as you get stronger, you can start to increase the number of repetitions or hold your knee up for a few seconds to challenge your muscles even more. Another great exercise that targets your core and improves your balance is the standing pelvic tilt. You may have heard of this one before, but it's so important for strengthening your lower back and pelvis, which is key for preventing falls and maintaining mobility. To do this exercise, stand with your feet about hip-width apart, knees slightly bent, and your hands placed on your hips. Now, gently tuck your pelvis in, trying to pull your belly button toward your spine. You should feel a slight tightening in your lower back and core. Hold for a few seconds, then slowly release. This exercise helps to strengthen the muscles in your lower back and abdomen, which in turn helps with posture and reduces strain on your spine. It's an excellent way to keep your back strong and prevent any back-related issues that could affect your ability to move freely. You'll also find that, as you practice this movement, your posture starts to improve and you may even feel a reduction in any lower back discomfort that you've experienced over time, but let's not forget about your upper body. It's so easy to focus on the legs and core, but we also need to keep our arms and shoulders strong for daily tasks like reaching for things on high shelves or carrying groceries. Wall push-ups are a fantastic way to strengthen your upper body without putting too much strain on your joints. They're easier on the shoulders and wrists than traditional push-ups, but they still work your chest, arms, and core. To do a wall push-up, stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your hands on the wall at shoulder height and width. Keeping your body straight, bend your elbows and lower yourself toward the wall, just like you would do with a regular push-up. Push yourself back up to the starting position. Make sure to engage your core and avoid arching your back. As you get stronger, you can try doing push-ups from a slightly lower surface like a countertop or a sturdy table to make the exercise more challenging. It's important to listen to your body as you do these exercises. If something feels uncomfortable or painful, stop and adjust your form. If you're unsure whether you're doing it right, you can always ask your doctor or a physical therapist for guidance, especially if you're new to exercising. They can help ensure that you're using the right technique and that you're not overexerting yourself. Now, I want to talk about one more exercise that's incredibly helpful for staying mobile and independent, the step-up. If you've ever found yourself struggling with stairs or uneven ground, this exercise will help strengthen the muscles in your legs and improve your ability to navigate those types of obstacles. You don't need a fancy gym machine for this one, just a sturdy step or low platform will do. You can use a step stool or even a low stair. To do a step up, stand in front of the step and place one foot on it. Push through your heel to lift your body up, bringing your other foot up to meet the first one. Then step back down with the same foot and repeat the movement with the other leg. Start with just a few step-ups on each leg and work your way up to more repetitions as you feel stronger. You can increase the challenge by adding more height to the step, but always focus on keeping your balance and using controlled movements. This exercise is great for building strength in your thighs, hips, and calves, all muscles that are essential for getting up and down stairs or stepping over curbs and obstacles in your path. Plus, the more you practice, the more confident you'll feel walking around your neighborhood or at the store without worrying about tripping or losing your balance. So far, we've covered a lot: exercises for your legs, your core, your upper body, and even your balance. All of these are foundational to staying out of a wheelchair and living a more active, independent life as you age. But here's something important to keep in mind. No matter how many exercises you do, it's also essential to listen to your body and give it the rest it needs. Exercise is about consistency, not overexertion. If you're ever unsure about how much is too much, always start slow and gradually build up as your strength improves. The key here is not to aim for perfection, but for progress. As you build strength in each of these areas, legs, core, arms, and balance, you'll feel a noticeable difference in your daily life. Whether it's walking around the house, getting in and out of a car, or carrying groceries, you'll find yourself feeling stronger, more confident, and more capable. Now, I know we've gone through a lot today, but I promise you, this is all building towards something big. A life that's active, independent, and filled with possibilities. By focusing on these exercises, you'll be setting yourself up for success, helping you stay out of a wheelchair, and most importantly, giving you the freedom to keep doing the things you love. So, as we move forward, let's think about how we can make these exercises part of your everyday routine. And if you're ready, I'll share even more tips on how to keep your body feeling strong and your mind sharp. I'm so glad you're sticking with me. We've covered a lot of great exercises so far, and I hope you're already feeling the positive effects of staying active and engaged with your body. The best part is, we're only just getting started. Now, we're going to take everything we've learned and focus on how to maintain your progress and build even more strength and stability. As we get older, we start to notice that flexibility often decreases and we may find it harder to bend, reach, or twist in the ways we used to. This loss of flexibility can affect everything from getting dressed to picking something up off the floor. But here's the good news: flexibility exercises can help us regain and maintain that range of motion. And when you keep your body flexible, you'll notice that your movements become smoother and easier, reducing the risk of falls and injuries. One excellent exercise for increasing flexibility is the seated hamstring stretch. If you've ever felt tightness in the back of your legs, this stretch will be a real lifesaver. To do it, sit in a chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly extend one leg straight out in front of you, keeping your heel on the floor. Then gently lean forward from your hips, reaching for your toes. You should feel a gentle stretch along the back of your leg. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds and then switch to the other leg. The key here is not to push yourself too hard. A gentle stretch is all you need to start feeling more flexible. Flexibility isn't about going as far as you can, it's about maintaining the ability to move freely without pain. If you're not able to reach your toes right away, that's totally fine. Just stretch to a point where you feel a comfortable pull and hold it there. Another flexibility exercise I recommend is the standing calf stretch, which helps improve the flexibility of your calves and ankles. This is especially important for walking and maintaining your balance because tight calves can contribute to foot problems or difficulty walking smoothly. To do this stretch, stand facing a wall with your hands on the wall at shoulder height. Step 1 foot back, keeping your heel on the ground and your leg straight. Bend your front knee slightly and lean forward to feel a stretch in the back of your lower leg. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch to the other leg. This stretch not only helps with flexibility, but it also improves your posture and alignment when you walk. Plus, it's a great way to alleviate any stiffness you might feel after standing for long periods or walking around. Now that we've talked about flexibility, let's move on to something equally important: posture. Many of us tend to slouch or hunch over as we age, which can lead to back pain, neck pain, and overall discomfort. Improving your posture doesn't just help with pain relief, it also helps with balance and confidence. And here's a simple way to start improving your posture right away: the wall angel. For this exercise, stand with your back against a wall, feet a few inches away from the base. Press your lower back, upper back, and head against the wall. Now raise your arms up to a 90-degree angle as if you were making a goalpost shape with your arms. Slowly slide your arms up the wall, keeping your elbows and hands in contact with the wall the whole time. Once your arms are overhead, slowly lower them back down. This exercise is fantastic for opening up your chest and shoulders, and it helps retrain your body to maintain a more upright and strong posture. Posture is so important because it can affect everything from your balance to how much energy you have during the day. When your posture is off, your muscles and joints are under more stress, and that can lead to pain and fatigue. By practicing exercises like the wall angel, you'll not only improve your posture, but you'll feel more energized and less tense as well. Let's talk now about daily habits and how they play a key role in keeping us healthy and mobile as we age. It's not just about doing exercises, it's about making those exercises part of your life alongside other healthy habits. One such habit is walking. It might sound simple, but walking is one of the most beneficial exercises you can do, especially for people over 65. It strengthens the heart, improves circulation, boosts energy, and most importantly, it keeps your muscles and joints active. If you're not already walking regularly, start by setting a goal of walking for 10 to 15 minutes each day. You don't have to walk fast, just a nice, steady pace will do. If you can, try to walk outside to enjoy the fresh air and sunshine. Nature has a way of boosting our mood, And the more you walk, the more you'll notice your strength and endurance improving. And here's a little tip. Try to incorporate walking into your routine in ways that don't feel like a chore. For example, park a little farther away from the store entrance, take the stairs instead of the elevator, or take a walk around your neighborhood after dinner. These little changes add up over time and will make a big difference in your health. Another important habit is hydration. You might be surprised at how many people forget to drink enough water, but staying hydrated is key to maintaining healthy joints, muscles, and even skin. As we age, our bodies don't always signal thirst as strongly as they once did, so it's up to us to stay on top of it. Aim to drink at least 8 cups of water a day, and even more if you're engaging in physical activity or spending time outdoors. Proper hydration helps keep your muscles working properly, your joints lubricated, and your energy levels high. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something very important: consistency. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of everyday life and skip a workout here and there, but the key to staying out of a wheelchair and maintaining your independence is sticking with it. Even on days when you're feeling a little tired or not quite motivated, remember that every little bit counts. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Every time you do these exercises, you're building strength, flexibility, and confidence. And those small, steady efforts will add up over time, making a huge impact on your overall health and well-being. The more you practice, the more you'll see improvements. Whether it's in your posture, your balance, or your ability to do everyday tasks with ease as you continue this journey, remember that you're not just working toward avoiding a wheelchair. You're working toward a life that's full of movement, independence, and enjoyment. And that's something worth celebrating. I'm so excited to be wrapping up this journey with you. You've done an amazing job sticking with this, and by now, you're armed with a solid foundation of exercises, tips, and habits to help you stay out of a wheelchair and maintain a strong, independent life. We've talked about legs, balance, core, flexibility, and even posture, all of which are essential components of aging gracefully and maintaining your mobility. But now, let's bring it all together and talk about how to keep that momentum going in the long term. The goal here isn't just to exercise for a few months and then stop. It's about building habits that will keep you active, happy, and healthy for many years to come. One of the most important things to remember is that consistency is key. We've discussed how the exercises are effective, but if you only do them for a few weeks and then let them fall by the wayside, you won't see the long-term benefits. Staying consistent is what will make these exercises truly effective and keep you feeling great day after day. So, how do we stay consistent? Start by setting small, achievable goals. If you're new to exercise or have been inactive for a while, it can feel overwhelming to think about doing a full workout every day. That's okay. You don't need to jump into it all at once. Begin by committing to just 5 or 10 minutes of exercise each day. Maybe start with those seated marches or the wall push-ups. Just getting into the routine of moving your body every day will make it easier to stick with. Over time, you can gradually increase the amount of time you spend exercising as it becomes a regular part of your routine. To make it even easier to stay consistent, try to pair your exercise time with something you already do each day. For example, you could do your balance exercises after breakfast, or you could go for a walk right after dinner. Creating a habit loop where one activity leads to another will help cement exercise into your daily life. It also helps to find activities you enjoy. If walking around your neighborhood feels like a chore, you might want to try a different type of exercise like dancing or gardening. Whatever gets you moving is fair game. Another way to stay motivated is to track your progress. It's easy to forget how far you've come if you don't take the time to reflect on it. Keep a simple log of your exercises, whether it's written in a journal or on your phone. Each time you complete a session, mark it down. You'll be able to look back and see your improvement over time. Maybe you started with only a few step-ups, but now you're doing them with more control and fewer breaks. That's something to celebrate. Not only does tracking help you stay motivated, but it also gives you a sense of accomplishment as you check off each day. While consistency is key, it's also important to listen to your body. If you're ever feeling tired or sore, don't be afraid to take a break or modify an exercise. Pushing yourself too hard can lead to injuries, and the last thing we want is to cause harm while trying to get stronger. It's important to find the right balance between challenging yourself and respecting your body's limits. If something feels too difficult, adjust it to suit your level. Maybe that means reducing the height of the step in your step-ups or using a chair for support during some balance exercises. The goal is to keep moving forward, not to strain yourself. Now, let's talk about rest. Yes, rest is just as important as exercise. After all, your muscles need time to recover and rebuild stronger. This is why I always recommend having at least 1 or 2 rest days each week, where you focus on gentle stretches or just take a walk at a relaxed pace. This will give your muscles time to recover while still keeping your body moving. Rest days don't mean you're doing nothing. They mean you're giving your body the space it needs to repair itself so you can come back stronger next time. It's also important to stay engaged mentally. Staying active physically is one thing, but keeping your mind sharp is just as crucial, especially as we age. Regularly challenging your brain with activities like reading, puzzles, or even learning something new can help you maintain mental clarity and improve overall well-being. Think of it like this: staying physically active and mentally sharp are two sides of the same coin. When both are strong, they help each other. Speaking of overall well-being, nutrition plays a huge role in your ability to stay strong and mobile. You might be working on your strength through exercise, but if your body isn't getting the right fuel, it can be harder to maintain that progress. Eating a balanced diet that's rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins will give you the nutrients you need for muscle repair, bone strength, and overall energy. It's also important to keep up with calcium and vitamin D, which are vital for maintaining strong bones as we age. If you're unsure about your nutrition or how much of certain nutrients you need, it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor or a nutritionist. But the journey isn't just about the physical exercises. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your health. This means finding joy in movement, eating nourishing food, staying connected with loved ones, and cultivating a positive outlook. The more you focus on your overall well-being, the more you'll feel the benefits of a life lived fully and independently. I know we've covered a lot, but I want to remind you that you've got this. It doesn't matter where you're starting from or what challenges you might face along the way. Every small step you take towards staying active and healthy is a step toward a better, more independent future. And remember, it's never too late to start. Whether you're just beginning this journey or you've been active for years, there's always room for improvement and growth. So, what's next for you? Keep making those small but meaningful changes. Stay consistent, listen to your body, and most importantly, have fun with it. Your health and happiness are worth it. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. I'd love to hear about your experiences with the exercises or any tips you might have to stay active and healthy as we age. Let's continue this conversation in the comments. Here's to living your best life, strong, independent, and full of energy, no matter what age you are.